Hello everyone, this is Real Talk with Matthew and...
I'm Leon. Hello.
So, I guess we're at the Presbyterian Church. We decided to go outside today. It's a little windy, a little traffic. But I want to give a shout out to American Lawnmower Company. I bought a little lawnmower. It ain't got a battery. It ain't got an engine, nothing. Just push it and it goes. And it cut the grass and it was really easy. My other lawnmowers, every season I go try to crank them. I've got two in the garage, and they won't crank when it's season time to come back. So I just bought that little thing to see if it'd work, and it did a good job. Leon,
this thing's so awesome. It highlights the importance of primitive technology. Actually, back to the basics. Like the things that work sometimes are the solid things that keep working. Like you don't need a motor, you don't need a battery, you don't need gas. You just need some blades and some wheels, man. And yeah, what's ironic is it costed about this average price of what a normal lawnmower used to cost like 5 years ago or more.
It's $100 delivered to the house through Amazon. The lawnmowers now is like you can't get one for this. So $300 cheapest one you can get. Now the electric ones you can get a little cheaper, but I don't know what. I think most of them, the cheaper ones, have got cords in them. Who the hell wants to use a cord while they're trying to cut grass?
Yeah, like
you might run over and electrocute yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Capitalism. Like humans have done a good job of complicating things for themselves. All that's kind of not necessary. Like innovation is good, but sometimes, man, back to basics.
Oh yeah. I know the world's just getting more and more. So I had an Impala. It was a 2019. I traded it in only because the trunk was leaking. I couldn't ever stop from leaking. It was something alcohol. It wasn't necessarily the car's fault. But I couldn't ever get it. Was going to burn something up, so I just got rid of it because I took it to the shop a couple times. So I ended up buying a Camry, which is a 2024 year model, so it's 5 years newer. And it's actually got less technology than the Camry in something, or than the Impala did. But except the steering thing, it does like if you're going down the road, it'll veer you back in. If you're like if you put your head down, if you're in the lane, it will slide you into that. That's the only thing with that Impala. I could walk up the car and it would unlock it because since I had a thing in my pocket, it had better speakers and all that stuff. But so I think that and I've seen where Ford is taking something off their cars. So I think some of these companies are realizing more is not always better. It's like this little cheap camera I got. I don't understand it, but it hasn't. The camera I have that's like 12 years older has got more outputs and more stuff in it than this newer camera, which I wish they hadn't took that stuff away. That wasn't a good thing they did. So Sony, if you're watching, you need to add some more functions to the camera. So I can't add audio. I'm stuck with this till I get some stuff paid off, and then I'll get a better camera.
They'll make something you like, you fall in love with like a product, and you just can't find it again because they changed it. Then they design like new products to rope you into buying them that are designed to fail, or for you to need to buy more stuff later. It's kind of like a loop, like a cycle. That whole voluntary obsolescence thing. There's something to that when they design things to break, so you'll have to buy something else. It would be nice if they design like, I don't know, the best possible version of every single thing, maybe. Like what was it? The International, the car? It'll just enough to break.
Which one?
No, this is like the 50s to the 70s. I'd have to Google it.
So something I did see the other day I think the internet must have heard me talking, because all these battery power is not the way to go. This whole solar or this, unless the car is able to charge itself, these stations are just stupid, because you're going to spend as much money, and then then by the time you've paid the car off, who's going to buy the damn thing with all the batteries? The batteries cost more than the cars do to replace. So my thing is, why don't we just switch to the hydrogen cell? And guess what? Toyota has got a hydrogen cell, and Chevrolet came out with a hydrogen cell back in the 70s. They had something in the 70s, but they didn't go through with it. They made one vehicle that ran off of it, So now Toyota has a hydrogen cell. I forget what the name of the car is. They've been producing that car since '95, off and on. And like, but California is the only place in the United States you can buy it. And they have a hydrogen factory they built. So they have to do something to the water to make it run. But there was a guy that made a car run off water they killed.
Yeah, they suppressed the technology because that way they wouldn't make as much money. It's just a shame that people make money from, I don't know, selling less than high quality. Like, capitalism doesn't have morality. Capitalism doesn't ensure quality. Capitalism just ensures that they sell things, you know.
Just like the car seats I bought. I bought some car seats. I'm out at the bank right now. I bought some car seats. The video showed where they had, it was two piece, and it was hard piece. It looked like it was a thing that went over the top of the car, and it snapped in. The back seat went in, the back and the bottom and the top. It was in one piece, two pieces. I get it in the mail. It looked like some shit off of Tumu. They'd bought for $30 and charged me. I think I paid $300 for that setup for that car seats, and I can't even use it.
How these people sleep at night, man, knowing they sold something that's like a piece of crap.
I can't even use it.
Like,
I can't even use it in the bank now. The bank's like, well, we got to give them 90 days to respond. I said, they're not going to respond. I said, this is fraud, and they try to argue me until I got to talk to finally the third person at the bank, and that banker finally agreed with me that it was fraud. But it wasn't the type of fraud that they could just take the money back, because I didn't actually use the money. But they showed one product and then they sent me another product. That's the definition of fraud, right?
well, yeah, completely.
But I told him it's like,
Hoodwinking.
I was like, if it was me selling something on Craigslist, and I was telling somebody I had a 2005 model Cadillac. And then when I drove it to it, I said, give me $3,000, whatever the price is, and I drop off a '78 Yugo that doesn't run.
Somebody they want to beat you up.
Yes.
Like, and they rightfully should at that point. Like,
that's what happened. That's what I feel like happened to me.
Hoodwinking. Man, some of our institutions are no longer based upon, doing what's good or right or quality, or it's hoodwinking. Like, hoodwinking and lack of ideals. Like, darn it. Like people aren't trying to do the best job possible or do extra work, trying to make the maximum profit for the least amount of labor. I wonder what's going to happen with AI, artificial intelligence systems. Because in some aspects they're going to have our flawed programming. So I hope there's less of that. I hope that we reach proper ideals when the robots take over. But what's the end result of that? Like, where's that rabbit hole stop at?
It's going to be more lithium mines, and by the way, the people that drive them electric cars that think they're doing the environment a favor, you're not. And then you're supporting slavery. They have little bitty children down there mining that stuff. Little bitty children.
Cobalt mines. The cobalt mines are the definition of hell.
Before you buy an electric car, you need to Google and see what they're doing to them children over there in foreign countries.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It really is a shame.
Yeah, mining the chemicals that go into our smart technology.
We need to go with the hydrogen cell. The hydrogen cell is the way.
Yeah. Let's hope they don't suppress it more than they have to. Humans aren't going to wake up until it is the last minute, but we're going to try to innovate our way out of the end of the world, I would hope.
Well, it's going to come regardless. I know you're not really so much into the Jesus thing, but it's going to eventually going to happen. I don't really know, because the book of Revelations is so crazy.
It seems more and more that Armageddon's going to be almost necessary or just inevitable, based on where everything is actually going, man. The Bible has some wise words in it. I think we will be wandering the land hoping to find death or water first. That was in there. Between climate change and the robots taking over, man. I wonder what's going to happen first, that takes us out. Or
see, this is where we differ. He believes in climate change. I'm not so much. So what I do believe there is a climate change.
All right.
So, but I don't believe it's nothing that we're doing. I think it's natural cycles. I believe there'll be another ice age sometime. I don't know when, but I believe there'll be another ice age at some point on this earth, whether we're still here or not. That doesn't matter. I believe it will happen. I believe the earth goes through natural cycles and different things happen, and it just like it happens. It was an ice age.
Well, I've went down a few different rabbit holes about it because I had some time during the pandemic to do some research, and I listened to a lot of different sides about a lot of different things, and especially like the things I was interested in. You know, I tried to get to the bottom of. And that being said, I listened to CNN, I listened to Fox, I went on YouTube, I listened to the far right, the far left, the conspiracy theorists who went just off the fucking the darn deep end, and then I listened to the people, the scientists, the climatologists, and how far they went with all their charts and their studies, and kind of came to my own conclusions about things. I'm actually kind of worried and scared and kind of convinced on some level that humanity only has 20 years left. The end begins in 10. That's when starvation and everything kind of will. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to come of it.
So they've mentioned something. If you go back in the 70s, they're talking about you know, talking about the acid rain, and they're talking about what's going to be underwater by the year 2000. Like the ice caps are going to melt, and you know, by the year 2000. So everything they predicted has not came true. Not one thing that they predicted. These people that you're talking about, these scientists and these studies, not one thing has came true. That's what's got me not believing it, because if you keep telling me you're going to do something, you keep telling me something's going to happen, you keep saying this, and you're giving me a timeline, and the timeline fails 100% of the time, how am I supposed to believe it?
Have you seen how many particles per million of carbon we have in the atmosphere at this moment? It's man, when you're standing on the top of the iceberg, you're not going to know it's melting from the bottom until it starts doubling and doubling and doubling. But okay, just
if they did the math though.
Back to what you're saying though, how it didn't happen, how they're constantly saying it's going to happen. What I'm denoting from that is my own answer of to err on the side of excess. You know, if you're expecting the absolute worst, taking all the precautions for that, like if you tell everybody the world's going to catch on fire tomorrow, they might start trying to do something about it. So maybe that's it. Like they're just trying to, I don't know, protect in advance. Now, unfortunately, like, I don't know, our corporate economic systems are not based on saving anything.
Well, I haven't seen this in a while. I only seen one commercial during when I was still watching the NFL. It was during a Super Bowl commercial years ago, pre-Kaepernick. As commercial BP put out, they was trying to harvest algae and using algae for energy.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything else about that. It was one commercial during Super Bowl, and I have not. They kept that up. Is there anything going on with that?
If money wasn't an option, we could do anything and everything. We're not going to care about doing the shit. I mean, the stuff that's complicated.
So what was they going to do to the algae?
Yeah, you can actually get chemicals. You can make algae will make it oil. It will make its own oil.
Really?
Yeah, it'll do that. You can harness the heat from it. Like, yeah. There's
Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that?
Why don't we? That is the question. Because we're not scaled for it, and the argument of this is the way we've always done it, which doesn't include innovation. Because if we always did everything the way we always done it, we'd never improve. And that's my argument. Like, we should actually try to improve, but listen to all sides. And with the woke movement, you can't hear all sides all the time. Like,
I've also wondered about, they have alcohol burning engines, so why can't we have them just mass-produce alcohol to burn? Because alcohol is a clean burning fuel, I believe.
The argument of this is how we've always done it, and that plays in. Unfortunately, those are the people, those are the individuals. The way we've always done it, that's built into their personality. Like, okay, the fact that we like old trucks, anybody wants to take our old trucks out of our God-fearing cold dead hands, can go to heck. But it's like that, man. Like, we like our old trucks. That's part of kind of who we are and everything, but we don't want to do away with them, even if they are environmentally unfriendly and everything. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of like we have generations of people who've worked these factory lines, generations of people who've done different things to help these products come about that, aren't the most innovative technology, that aren't the cleanest, that aren't the most beneficial, aren't the most affordable.
So I got Leon on here today because the Morning Star had a fall. I feel bad. I was taking him home. You know, he's only a few years older than me and Leon, and he's got this crippling disease where it eats his muscles up, and frontal lobe dementia. I was trying to get him upstairs. He fell, and I think it hurt him pretty bad. So I don't believe he'll be back home no time soon. So I don't know if it, you know, I guess I'm going to be just sporadically getting different people on. We'll see how this goes. I was really hoping it was going to work with him, but trying to get him out of the house and get him motivated. But that disease is really kicking his ass.
God bless him, man. I hope him a speedy, hasty recovery. Hope he feels like himself again soon.
It's just, from what he says, it's going to be nothing but get worse. See, I seen him. I hadn't seen him in about 3 years prior to this video. This was the first video we did a while back. He used to mentor me, and he told me when he first met me, like about 7 years ago, that he was going to die of this disease. His dad had it. His dad died at age 45, and so I didn't really understand it, and I think a lot of his friends didn't understand it until like now. I've seen him from 3 years to this time, and he was in a walker then, but it's like worse now. So it's exactly what he told me 7 years ago is exactly what's actually happening. Nobody believed him though. So it's got to suck to know something's going on. You telling your friends, your best friends and all this stuff, what's going to happen to you, and nobody believes you.
Yeah, holy shit. And then it happens. Like,
then it happens.
I'd be beside myself, man. That's how that would go.
So he's handling better. He's handling like a champ though. Like I just, you know, sometimes I wonder, you know, and then I look at different situations. I'll be down on myself about I should be better, you know, this part in life, or I should have been married with children or something. And then I look at other people's lives, and I can be thankful to God that I'm not dead or in prison. To be honest with you, I should be dead or in prison at this point. You know, I've been behaving pretty good for about 7 years now, but the first part of my life, I was a hellion, and I don't know. It was really a crazy, wild life, and I'm just glad I don't live like that anymore.
Man, just the blessings of being just upright walking. You know, blessings of just having a home. You know, man, just what things we do have, not what we don't have. Yeah, grateful.
Yeah, because I've been seeing these videos of these homeless people and stuff, and it's like, this is what I don't get, is like, how can we send all this money to all these overseas countries and fight these damn wars and shit? We have people here homeless, and we have enough access, like all these millionaires and billionaires. You know, the NFL back then was bitching and complaining about the shittiness of their little neighborhoods they grew up in. Why don't y'all do something about it? Y'all have enough money to where if each one of you on the team gave $1,000, y'all pulled it together, y'all could build one house each year in that shitty neighborhood and get it fixed. Instead of just running your mouth and not doing nothing about it, why, well, you know, do something. I wished I had money to where I could do that. I wish I had enough money to where I could go into some of these broken down neighborhoods and buy all the houses and tear them down one by one and build new ones and take them away.
Throw a butt ton of money at a good cause. Yeah.
Because and there's enough money in America to do it. That's what makes me so angry. Is there's enough money in America to make this shit happen.
They can put a numbered amount on what it would take to fix homelessness, and I think it's like multitudes, like more than that, we throw away at war. Like there's no shortage of money for bombs and war, but you know when it comes to fixing what's actually going on in our nation, it's something
then they took away, what was it, during the Obama administration, they took away the mental hospitals. There's not even like no mental hospitals around anymore, hardly. They shut them all down.
Yeah, mental health is so vastly
That's
important.
when all the shootings started happening. If y'all ain't noticed, when all the mental hospitals shut down, that's when all the damn shootings started happening. It's like we as a country just don't. We need to come together and work better. You know, it don't matter if we're black, white, Indian, Mexican. It don't really matter. Common sense is common sense, and we all need to work together to.
I like being alone, but there's only strength in numbers. That's how you survive. That's like if shit hit the fan, you need to team up with some buddies because that's your best chance. Yeah, together. That's what we fix the world, man.
I'm hoping that, when COVID happened, you was more scared of the actual disease, what I was scared of.
Okay.
So like when
I had that in the back of my head too, though. In the back of my head.
So when everybody was fighting over toilet paper, the day I got laid off of work, and they tell me it was going. It just shocked me. I went to Academy Sports while everybody's fighting over toilet paper. I went and I raked. I filled my buggy full of all the ammo they had on the shelf left. I just bought everything they had. Spent a lot of money, but I was afraid that the Chinese was going to come flying over and parachute.
Yeah,
out.
well, we're vulnerable, and they.
I really thought that's what was going on because I've seen watching people fight over damn toilet paper.
I know, like I hung a rebel flag in my yard because I planned on militias coming through, and I wanted them to make sure that I didn't get killed as quickly. Maybe if some shit went down. I don't know. I just and I'm not that way, but I respect history, but I got no reason to hang it other than trying to look like I blend in back when that was going down. But yeah, that was my response to that. Like, but I stocked up on beans and rice.
I stocked up on dry goods too.
Yeah.
Rice and beans.
I'm still eating my pandemic beans.
I still got
rice.
some beans from there too. I need to do.
I say be cooking them.
Yeah, I got to do some more.
But the pandemic was a unique situation because, like, there was enough information to go around in all different sides. You could kind of pick your own truth and go with it. Everybody was kind of left to decide for themselves what was actually going on, and each side was equally represented. It was kind of weird, man.
So I'm just going to give y'all a little something. The locals in the area. This church behind us right here is the New Life in Christ. They provide every Bible to the prisoners in the state of Alabama. That's what that church does.
Oh, hell, bro.
So if you're into that kind of stuff, then that's the people who send them money. Also, and I don't go to that church. I have been to church, and I'm not trying to promote it, but if you do have some extra money, you want to help the prisoners see the Word of God, go talk to them guys. They provide the Bibles. And if you're hungry and starving, they have a food pantry 5 days a week up here. New Life in Christ up here. They got a food pantry. If you want to help out or want to help donate with that, like I said, I'm not really part of it, but it's
free plug.
I mean, it was just right here, so it was in the background. So I'm using them for my background. So I figured I'd give them a shout out too. They were good people. But I don't know what else. Have you got anything else?
We've added a bunch. I've only got one last final thought,
okay.
And that's about like where everything goes with regards to innovation with like AI. And so what's going to happen? Like when everything is compensated for, when you know every single thing around you, every little piece of information, I can tell you like the wind speed on that leaf over there because it'll be in my, my AI contact lens or something later. But when
the contact lens, I just watched the Batman movie.
Oh, freaking cool.
He pulled a contact out and it videotaped everything you've seen. Is that what you're talking about?
That's gonna happen. But they have a limited version of that now.
Really?
Yeah, that has like a computer chip kind of built into the silicone of it or something. Anyway, life might get weird. It's gonna be incredible. Like imagine like self-assembling fogs of nanofog. Like particles that draw all the elements from the air, from anything you need. You can like type in cheeseburger and it pulls the elements of a cheeseburger out of the air and makes it for you. Anyway, what I'm getting to is what's going to happen.
It's not some Rick and Morty shit.
yeah. But what's going to happen in the future because right now, like, our tech is just compensating for what's going on around it and taking in bits of data. Well, we're going to know every single thing around us. Everybody's thoughts, everything will be important. So there's not going to be any secrets of any kind. There's not going to be any questions of any kind.
So you read the book 1985?
Not yet.
Well, you're talking like you have.
To where it seems we're only going to have the best versions of everything in the end. But is that going to be only for the privileged? Are there going to be, kind of like in the movie Blade Runner, when they met that person in the bubble and said that she has the best dreams? Are we only going to be allowed to have the best versions of everything that come from some other source? I don't know. Like, where's all this innovation lead other than something that is, I guess, divine? I don't know. Is that the spark that creates the next universe? I don't know, man. I can go far out with it. That's all I can add to it. That's all I got.
Alright, so I think we're going to conclude the video. I think this was a pretty good one. Thank you and God bless.